What's up, family? My name is Trill, and we have some shocking news to share with you today. For starters, the House Speaker has decided not to run for re-election. Yes, Nancy Pelosi is retiring after serving as the only female House Speaker for more than 20 years. Now that the GOP has taken back the House, their main objective is to go after President Biden for a potential impeachment, as well as his son Hunter Biden. Also, we have some potential bad news for the Golden State of California. And last but not least, we have a new settlement for student loan borrowers. And this is going to come to around $6 billion. That's going to be going directly to those that owe student loan debt. I've got the details to share with you in a moment. But before we get started, hey, you already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Well, guys, the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says that she will finally step down as the party leader after serving 2 decades as the top person in charge. Yes, guys, Nancy Pelosi has been pretty much the House Speaker and in charge of the House for more than 20 years. And yes, guys, she's saying now that it is probably time for her to go ahead and retire. And I believe that, shockingly enough, Nancy Pelosi is 82 years old. I would have never thought this, guys. But anyways, we definitely want to send kudos to her. But we did see earlier this week when the former President Donald Trump made his announcement that he is going to be running for the 2024 presidential election. He actually called out Nancy Pelosi and said, "She's fired." Yes, guys, that is exactly what the former President Donald Trump said about the House Speaker. That was because the midterm elections showed that the GOP was taking back the House. But yes, guys, speaking of Nancy Pelosi, we did hear from other people in Congress in which they have pretty much was congratulating Pelosi on her historic tenure and her path-breaking career. That was the statement from the minority leader, Mitch McConnell. And also we heard from one of the other previous House speakers, which was Boehner. He also congratulated Pelosi for a remarkable historic run as the House Democratic leader. Now, just to remind you guys that these two individuals, Boehner and Mitch McConnell, are both Republicans. So it's definitely to see good people like this cross the aisles just to congratulate someone else on the other side. So anyways, guys, we definitely want to send kudos to Pelosi for her 20 years and also being the first and the only woman House Speaker. That is a huge accomplishment, guys, and we definitely want to see things like that. But anyways, guys, moving on. Hey, this particular Democrat is pretty much poised to take over Nancy Pelosi's job. Yes, guys, they're potentially looking at and picking Hakeem Jeffries as Pelosi's successor. Yes, guys, House Democrats appear likely to choose New York Representative Hakeem Jeffries to succeed Speaker Nancy Pelosi, which is a potentially historic move to elect the first black person to lead a party in Congress. After Pelosi's announced on Thursday that she will relinquish her leadership role that she held for more than 20 years, the Speaker wouldn't necessarily say who she support to replace her in the November 30th vote that is coming up. But in a sign of Jeffries' emerging power, House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer and House Majority Whip Jim Kleinberg quickly endorsed him after announcing that they would also step down from their leadership roles. So again, guys, this particular individual, I've never seen him before. However, the Democrats are saying that he is probably highly likely that he is going to get chosen as the successor by the Democrats. But anyways, guys, we'll just have to see, and we'll probably hear more and more about this particular individual, Hakeem Jeffries, in the days and weeks to come, especially right before the November 30th vote. But anyways, guys, hey, House Republicans, now that they have gained control of the House, not necessarily on a red wave, but they did ended up seeking and controlling the House as of now. And House Republicans are now planning on to investigate of possible impeachments of President Biden. Yes, guys, it says right here that the House Republicans plan to investigate and possible impeachments with a new majority. And yes, that is because the House GOP's small majority aims to cause plenty of big headaches for the Biden administration, with probes into Hunter Biden, as well as President Biden, as well as the border and DOJ ahead of the 2024 presidential election. So yes, guys, they did not waste any time. They were already pretty much talking about looking into the dealings with the President Biden, as well as his son Hunter Biden. And now that they are pretty much clinched the House, that is exactly what they are doing. Yes, House Republicans' majority will be smaller than expected, but they are eager to use their new oversight powers and pass a spat of bills to draw contrast with the Democrats and give the Biden administration a little bit of heartburn. Yes, guys, it's shocking to know that this is pretty much the goal. As soon, less than 24 hours of them taking control of the House, the GOP is now turning their focus to Hunter Biden, as well as his business dealings after winning the House. This is exactly what we just talked about, guys. And it talks about it right here, that the ultimate goal of the probes is to question whether the president is compromised by foreign governments as the GOP shifts its focus from disappointing midterm elections and the 2024 presidential race. They said in a statement that, look, we will evaluate the status of Joe Biden's relationship with his family's foreign partners and whether he is a president who is compromised or swayed by foreign dollars as well as influence. House Oversight Committee ranking member James Comer said in a press conference on Wednesday morning, he said, look, I want to be clear. This is an investigation of Joe Biden, and that's where the committee will focus in the next Congress. Yes, guys. Also, we heard from Representative Jim Jordan, which is a ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, said that his panel will aid oversight in its investigation of the Biden family with its own probes into alleged politicization at the FBI and the Department of Justice. Now, I'm sure this is pretty much stemming from the raid on the former President Donald Trump's estate in Mar-a-Lago. And yes, guys, that is exactly what we are dealing with in this country. We have pretty much thrown all the democracy out the window, and this is pretty much what we're going to be spending our dollars on, our tax dollars on, over the next 6 to 12 months or so. But I want to question you guys. Do you agree with this? If you're a Republican, do you agree with this? Or do you pretty much stand with the American people in whether or not we need to focus our objectives on bringing down inflation, increasing our stimulus checks and things like that? Guys, let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section, guys. I'm curious to see how you guys sway on whether or not you believe that our tax dollars should be headed towards investigating President Biden as well as investigating the former President Donald Trump. Either one of them, guys, we want to get both of them out of office altogether. We need some fresh meat running for the 2024 presidential election. And that is exactly why I pretty much, so far, I believe that DeSantis of Florida will be a perfect candidate for the 2024 presidential election. But we haven't necessarily seen what is on the Democratic side. So that is exactly what we have so far. We also have Mike Pence and we have the former President Donald Trump. But like I said, guys, we need someone new. We need some new politics going on for this country. This country is in a sham right now, and we need to do something about it. We need to turn this country around for the better for the American people. Would you agree, guys? Hit the like button down below if you agree with me on that particular matter. But anyways, guys, moving on, we do want to talk about the Golden State of California. And yes, we talked about it previously, where California had a huge budget surplus of around $96 billion. But guys, that could change very quickly. Yes, guys, in this particular article, it talks about after 2 years of a massive budget surplus for California, yes, they may be facing a $25 billion budget deficit. Yes, guys, it says right here that California's state budget might be facing a deficit of around $25 billion next year, in what could be the state's weakest performance since the Great Recession, according to a latest report. Now, the forecast does not reflect a recession, just a threat of one. But it notes that the longer inflation continues to persist, the more likely a national recession becomes. The shortfall is driven mostly by declines in income tax revenue and drop-offs in the stock market, market, though analysis noted job losses in the tech sector may also contribute to deepening revenue deficits. And they said in a statement that, look, it's not insignificant, but it's also manageable, according to legislative analyst Gabe Patik said in a briefing with reporters. He said that, look, we don't think of this as a budget crisis. We just think of it as a notable budget problem. Yes, guys, doesn't that necessarily mean the same thing? A budget problem means that there is going to be the opposite of what we have been seeing over the past 2 to 5 years or so. And yes, guys, they are projecting around $25 billion budget deficit for California. That is really going to hurt, guys. But it also says that California has about $37 billion in several different savings accounts right now, about $23 billion of which lawmakers could dip into for next year's budget. But the LAO recommends lawmakers save the money in case of a recession. Now, based on historical experience, should a recession occur very soon, revenues could be $30 billion to $50 billion below our revenue outlook in the budget window, according to these particular reports. So again, guys, yes, everyone is struggling right now, not just the American people, but also the states, the governors, as well as local cities as well, guys. Everyone is dealing with some form of recession right now, as well as layoffs and all of those things in between, guys. So again, guys, we are headed towards a recession, and hopefully the Fed does not continue to raise rates. We hope that the CPI numbers comes down, which shows us that the inflation is coming down, which means that things are improving a little bit better, which would in turn cause the Fed to kind of pull back on this particular stronghold of the economy, pretty much pushing us into this recession. But anyways, guys, hey, like I said, we are all struggling right now, and we were just trying to make it through the recession. Statistics show that particular recessions last anywhere between 8 and 16 months. So hopefully, guys, we are on the lower end of around 8 months or so. But again, guys, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. It is coming, guys. It is going to get worse. But anyways, guys, hey, last but not least, we do want to talk about a huge thing that has just happened in regards to our student loan borrowers. And yes, this is going to affect around 200,000 people. Yes, guys, according to this article, it talks about 200,000 student loan borrowers were just granted $6 billion in debt relief after a federal judge approved of a settlement with Biden's education department. Yes, guys, it says right here that thousands of student loan borrowers will soon be getting long-awaited debt relief. On Wednesday, this past Wednesday, federal judge Williams granted final approval of a lawsuit filed in 2019 by student loan borrowers who accused of the education department at the time of failing to process their borrower defense to repayment applications. These are forms borrowers can file if they believe that they were defrauded by the school that they attended. If the department approves their forms, they could qualify to have their student loans discharged. So yes, guys, what this means is that more than $6 billion in student loan debt is pretty much going to be discharged, wiped away from these potential student loan borrowers, because they feel that their particular school that they attended pretty much defrauded them in the money that they paid the school to actually provide education to. Yes, guys, it says right here that the lawsuit was not resolved under former President Donald Trump's administration back in June, but President Joe Biden's education department agreed to a settlement that would give 200,000 student loan borrowers $6 billion in relief. Also just signed off on that particular settlement after allowing some for-profit schools to intervene in the settlement, who argued that they didn't have the chance to respond to borrower defense claims, harming their reputation. Now, this particular order finds all class members, including our named plaintiffs, have properly asserted a real and concrete injury arising from the Secretary's alleged unlawful handling of their borrower defense claims. Alsop wrote in his opinion in this particular settlement claim. But anyways, guys, like I said, $6 billion has been awarded to almost around 200,000 student loan borrowers that feel that they were defrauded during this particular times. And yes, guys, these particular individuals could have all or some of the student loan debt completely wiped away. So guys, that is some huge news for these particular individuals, but it does not necessarily affect all student loan borrowers, but just those ones that particularly attended these particular schools that were defrauded by these particular people that ran these particular schools. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know on that information. And like I said, guys, we have some crazy news going on right now, and American people are struggling. And hopefully, guys, I should come back tomorrow with another video providing some new stimulus checks in one particular state. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And anyways, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the items down below because it is a great way for you to be able to support this channel. I would really appreciate it. Also, some of those links will give you opportunities to put some free money in your bank accounts, as well as how you can receive 12 free stocks from Webull after depositing just $1. And those stocks could be worth up to $3,000. But anyways, if you are interested, those links will be down below. But anyways, guys, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.